you. It's 92.3 Nigeria Info Hard Facts with yours truly, Sam Oråcle Chinedu. It's a couple minutes past 5 p.m. And for this hour, we're having conversations around feeding your child. Now, a couple of persons came together to do a research to discover how much it takes to feed one child for 1 year. And the figure, shocking. Apparently, they claim it's 400,000. Now, depending on your financial level, that may or may not be big money for you. But I was speaking to one of such persons. Why did they do this research? How did they get to this figure? His name is Olalekan. He's a journalist and public affairs analyst. Good evening, Mr. Ige.
Good evening, Chinedu, and it's good to be here once again.
Yes, thank you for joining us. So you told me this personally, and I said, no, we have to talk about this on radio. When you guys came together and decided to do this, what inspired it? Why did you think to look at how much it takes to feed one child?
Well, I think it has to do with the economic realities in Nigeria. And I think even more important is also the burgeoning Nigeria's population. There's already projection that might be hitting the 250 million mark in another 30 to 40 years. So you begin to understand that, look, if we don't urgently look at the way we procreate, if we don't urgently look at the economic realities as of today, then when you put these two factors together, it might not be too difficult for you to predict that, look, we could have increase in crime and criminality. The jobs are not there. The economy is not expanding as rapidly as we would want it to be. Agriculture is still being hindered by banditry, terrorism, and all of that in many parts of Nigeria. So you begin to understand why we probably have inflation, cost of food on the increase every day, cost of other items on the increase every day. Then you begin to understand how it is, to be able to live, as a Nigerian. And we just said, look, let's really look at what is happening. Maybe if we can get this done, we could, throw out in the public space. Maybe it will help some of us to determine whether we should even have just one child, whether we should have two children, whether we should not even have any at all. Probably you and your wife could just get married and say, look, in the first 3-4 years, look, we are not going to have a baby. Let's just see how we can make ourselves have some reasonable level of financial, outlay. Or should you even give that to 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 11, if you so desire. So we say, look, how much does it cost to feed a child in Nigeria? So we've looked at 3 levels. We are looking at maybe those have-nots, let's say the poor, amongst us.
Okay.
What is the average amount they will spend on feeding a child in a year? At the end of the day, probably for the very low income earners and probably the poor amongst us, minimum of 180,000, to be able to feed a child, at that level.
Okay.
We are looking at probably spending a minimum or an average of 500 naira on a child every day.
Okay.
Now, when you spend 500 naira on a child, in 30 days, it's already 15,000. And in a year, 180,000 is gone, feeding just one child for the poor amongst us.
Okay.
Probably for those of the middle income level, you'll probably be looking at between 360 and 400,000 in a year to feed just one child. And we're looking at, say, worst case scenario, you are spending an average of 1,000 naira on your child to feed your child every day, just 1,000 naira. So if you do 1,000 naira multiplied by 30 days, it gives you 30,000. If you do 30,000 multiplied by 12 months, which makes up a year, then it means you spent minimum or averagely 360,000 naira. And for those that are in the upper class, then you can begin to estimate probably double the amount of what the middle income earners spend on feeding a child, or probably a 50% increase. So you are talking of 360, you are talking of about 540 minimum or averagely 540 for those that are in the upper class to feed a child in a year. Now, probably when people have this idea, it could influence them and say, look, if I'm going to be spending, if you're of the middle income class and you're spending approximately or between 360 to 400 to feed just one child in a year, so it means if you're going to have 2 children, you're probably heading towards the 800,000 mark. But if you say, look, since there are 2, you can average the food, it means you're probably going to be clocking about 700,000 to feed just 2 children in a year. So if we can throw this into public space, maybe we can begin to have an idea of what is the economic reality. How many children should we even give birth to, so that the few money that we have, we can use it to adequately train these children. And one of the major problems we've had in Nigeria are parents who've given birth to children who are unable to look after them, and of course the children have to find ways and means for themselves to survive, and begin to see maybe some of them tending towards crime and criminality. So these are the issues we want to push out. We need to begin maybe change our orientation. Gone are those days, during the generation of our parents, where I had a friend then in secondary school. They were 11. The parents gave back to 11 children, 1 man, 1 wife. They had 11 children. I'm sure nobody will be thinking of such in present day Nigeria to go the distance of 11 children. That is the equivalent of a football team.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of things we want to push up so that we begin to understand what happened. Some might say, what? 400,000 to feed a child? That is impossible. But because you don't spend all of that money at once,
yeah,
you're unable to put it down, in black and white. So say, look, how much did I even spend to feed this child this month? Maybe if you sit down at home and actually check how much you have spent. And this is just one child. I'm not talking of the father. I'm not talking of the mother. Maybe those ones can make sacrifices. Maybe eat once a day. So by the time you have a child, a mother, and a father, and each of them, spend, say, about 1,000 naira every day. So already you have 3,000 for 3 people, 90,000 in a month. You have spent more than 1 million in a year.
Okay, now, we know that food prices are high and getting higher by the minute, Mr. Ige. This figure,
Yes.
this average figure of 360 to 400,000 for middle income earners, is that with the current market reality?
Yeah, we are saying even with the worst of the current market realities, because we are looking at an average of what you can give to the child.
Yeah.
Probably you do not for the child the money. You can take a noodles to buy for 15 naira a pack or 60 naira a pack, maybe added with an egg. That's about 120, 140 is gone already.
Yeah.
Maybe you are giving that child that food to go to school in the morning. You probably have to add juice or water or something.
Yeah.
So on the average, you are probably looking at about 200 to 250. That is just for the lunch for the child.
Yeah.
Then in the afternoon, you are probably looking at maybe a cup of rice plus other additives to turn it to food. Probably beef, at an average, when you say let's cut beef to say 100 naira, you are looking at a cup of rice. Want to make the food, we are looking at about another 300 naira, even with the economic reality. You already have about 550 naira. Now, we are looking at dinner. Dinner could be light. You could say, look, there's no money at home. Can they have the custard? Can they have custard, add milk, add sugar to it? We are looking at what's possible scenarios. Now, remember, between the morning and afternoon and evening, the child is hungry. So we are probably looking at 50 to 50 naira or 100 naira to give to the child so that the child doesn't go hungry. Even if you tell the child to go and drink curry and granite, just like we did when we were growing up. Of course, quantify probably what is a cup of curry and the granite of 50 naira you are going to add to it. So put all of them together. Well, I think on the average, worst case scenario, 1,000 naira is gone for the child per day.
This child that just keeps eating. Now, does it help if families buy in bulk? Because I know that one thing I learned from my parents, and I saw them do it a lot, whenever they went to the market, they did not buy in retail, It was always a bag of something. They bought in large quantities so it could last for a while. Now, if you have a family that shops like that, does it help to save money and maybe reduce the per head unit cost?
Yeah, it can help you to save money in the sense that you can beat inflation when you buy in bulk. So if, for example, you buy, say, a bag of rice at 22,000 this month, and you buy just one bag of rice. So you could say the family could eat the rice for probably another 3 months or 4 months. If they are just 3, it will last at that distance. So you can beat inflation. But remember, the other things you have to make every day, even if you have to buy soup condiments in large quantities, then you put them in bowls and keep in the house and say, look, this week we are eating the soup in this bowl, or we are eating the stew in this bowl, and all of that. We are saying, look, put all of them together, then divide it by put all of what you spend on food in a year together, divide it by 365 days, then it gives you an idea of how much you spend per day. For those that are of high income class, I'm sure they're already grossing 100, 150,000 buying foodstuffs for the house every month. Some spend as much as 100,000, 150,000 to buy, things for the house every month. They are talking of food, they are talking of provisions, what the kids will take to school and all of that. Some spend as much as 200,000, some spend as much as 50,000. So let's even say, worst case scenario, you spend 50,000 on buying food in the house for a family of 3, for a family of 4. You are doing 50,000 multiplied by 12. It's already giving you 600,000 already. So even if you are buying a bulk, so you begin to aggregate. When you aggregate all of what you have spent, remember when you buy things in large quantity, some families go to the extent of even buying juice in pack, buying biscuits in pack, buying all of that. More than often, when you buy 1 or 2 cartons of biscuits and juice, you discover that before the month ends, it's all gone, and you're asking yourself, how is it going? So put all of them together, then denominate it by 365 days. It gives you an idea of average cost of feeding in the family.
So, Mr. Ige, let's imagine there were a family meeting and you were called to that meeting, and they say, Honorable Ige, please, this man wants to start a family. How many kids would you advise him to have? What is your picture of an ideal family size, considering, the figures you've put out? How many kids would you advise someone to have?
Sam, it's difficult to answer this question, Sam, because you also have to look at the realities of how much you earn. Let's give an example. If you put the income of both the husband and wife together, and in a month, the income, let's say the income of both husband and wife is 50,000 naira in a month. That means the amount of money available to that family in a year is 600,000. So you now have to look at the economic reality. Remember, the 600,000, all of it will not go for food.
True.
You have to send your child to school or the children to school. Yeah. You have to pay transportation if either of the husband or wife do not have a vehicle. If they have vehicle, you have to think about to fuel it, servicing, and all of that. So if you have a family that earns income of, say, about 600,000, 700,000, 800,000 in a year, that is the total income coming into that family. I'll probably be advising worst case scenario of having 2 children, because you still have to have the cost of sending those kids to school. And remember, you even spend more when you have a new baby. You even spend by far more money than a baby that is already out of weaning, probably a baby that is 3 or 4 or 5 years that can endure hunger once in a while. Newborn babies don't have to endure hunger. Once they are hungry, of course, they cry, no matter where you are.
Oh, my
the
goodness.
cry will bring you back home to come and feed that child. So you can say, okay, probably when the baby is young, is breastfeeding, the mother is on exclusive breastfeeding, so you are not spending more money. But remember that the mother is also eating. To be able to breastfeed that child, you have to change their diapers, you have to buy clothes and all of that stuff. So it depends. It's difficult to advise people on the number of children they want to have, but the reality should rather begin to influence us, because when you sit down and calculate this thing very well, then you understand that, look, if you are having a total income of about 1 million naira coming to the household in a year, you'll probably be looking at 2 kids. It's not about whether my forefather gave birth to 11 children, your father gave birth to 15, then you must continue the record of your family. Those stats are gone. You have to look at reality. If in the nearest future, you now begin to have more income than what you have, there are several options that are available to you. If your wife is still within the age of being able to give birth, at that point you can choose to, give birth to 1 or 2 more. Or you put your, there's also the process of adoption. Maybe you like children. There are some people who just like having children around them. You could go for adoption. That's what we have, in much of developed society. You see in developed, especially in the Western nation, husband and wife come together and say, look, I think for the first 2, 3, 4, 5 years, let's not have any kids. Let's just enjoy ourselves. Let's see how much we have and all of that.
Okay, Mr. Ige. Well,
it will also help to reduce some tension.
It's way beyond 5:30. Thank you very much for giving us this. I'm sure that now you've made everyone scared of having kids. But thank you. Thank you, sir, for your analysis. We truly appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. So Constance is here for the headlines. After that, you and I have to talk about children because they eat too much. Don't go anywhere.
Headline News, Nigeria Info on
92.3.
Headline News.
Good evening, I am Constance Mega with the news. Federal lawmaker Kingsley Chinda criticizes federal government over failed portion of Eleme-Aleto Bridge on East-West Road. One of abducted students of Federal Government College in Kebbi State dies. Police rescue 4 students out of several others abducted by gunmen in Kebbi State. Death toll from last night's gas explosion in Lagos rises to 5. President Buhari to attend ECOWAS meeting in Accra tomorrow. On the foreign scene, former Japanese Justice Minister jailed for 3 years for vote buying. In business, Minister of Labour and Employment Chris Ngige assures all agreements reached with labour unions will be fulfilled. In entertainment, controversial singer and activist Charlie Boy marks 70th birthday again. In sports, Emil Forsberg's second-half penalty seals Sweden 1-0 win over Slovakia as Scandinavians move top of Euro 2020 Group E. Now, those are the headlines. More news comes your way at 6. Contact our newsroom on 0818 900 0017.
Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162, and let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817